to build the trust between the
To
devices.
generate certificates.
Very good.
To generate and sign certificates.
Absolutely fine. Here I need to connect my server to management interface as well so that I can access it. Just a minute. Let me add one management interface here. And let me connect this CS server for GUI
The
access.
server is a router or a Windows.
It's a Windows. You can
Okay.
also use a router.
Okay.
Nice. On PMDG YouTube channel, you can find multiple videos on CS server configuration on different devices like on Windows server, Linux server, and on the router. Okay. Now here I am using Windows server. This is my Windows server. And the most important thing is, see, most important thing before configuring, enabling CA on the server, verify the time, date and time. If date and time is not same on the controllers and CA server, like on the while downloading the root certificate from the CA server, it will cause issue, right? You cannot onboard other controllers on vManage. So on the SD-WAN devices, we are going to configure a clock time zone. I will configure Asia Kolkata or any time zone. Based on that, you need to set time on your CA server first. Verify the time on CA server. See, my server is ready. Let me log in. And let me see the date and time here. See, it's not correct. One more thing, I have connected my CA server to the management interface to my local laptop. So I am expecting a dynamic IP address over here, IP config. So IP address on this interface, you can see LAN 2, Ethernet 2 is 192.168.1.101 and gateway is 1.254. Even I can now ping internet 8.8.8. You can see ping is working. Internet is there. Now let me set the time, change the time over here. Go to time zone, change time zone, and here I am going to select first my time zone, which is this one, Kolkata. And from the internet, you can also update. Not from here, I am going to update it from here. Update. And now you can see time is updated on my server. Okay. Through NTP server, it has updated the date and time. Say okay, okay. And now you can configure CA service here. For that, we need to go to server manager. In roles, click on add roles, select active directory, say next, select active directory, and next, select the certificate authority and certificate authority web enrollment, these two options, add role service, and by clicking just next, you can configure it. Here we can define the name of my CA server. Next, we can select the validity. Validity is 5 years. That is sufficient. Say next, and install. That's it. Very first thing. Now my CA server is getting ready. Till then, I will configure these controllers. First, I will onboard my controllers. And on the controllers, like I will start from the vManage. First, I will configure my vManage through CLI, because my vManage is even not ready for GUI right now. vManage don't have any IP address on management interface, right? So on my vManage, I will first perform system-wise configuration through CLI. System-wise configuration, which is initial configuration. Under system, you need to configure few things like host name. Host name is optional. If you want, you can configure, otherwise you can leave. Host name is vManage. Then system IP address. How many of you know the OSPF router ID? What is OSPF router ID, guys?
It's a unique
The
ID
unique
given to
address
the
for a
device.
Unique identity of
router.
router, right? With the help of OSPF router ID, routers represent their database. We know this. So system IP is similar like router ID, unique identity of your SD-WAN controllers or router. Whatever tunnels you know, na, in SD-WAN topology we had discussed control, connection, IP segregation, all are going to work with this unique IP address, system IP address. Even I had told you T-lock. T-lock is combination of
Next.
System IP and color.
Encapsulation and
color. Correct?
yes.
So with
There
the
are
help
many
of
things, but three things are mainly considered.
yeah, correct. So your T-lock also carry the system IP address, and all the tunnels, IPsec, BFD, right, routing will be done with the help of system IP address. So system IP address on my vManage is 1.1.1. Even I have mentioned this here. Okay, it is not mentioned here, but I am going to configure 1.1.1 on vManage, 2.2.2 on vSmart, 3.3.3 on my vBond. Here you can see 10.10.10 on India DC router, and in Singapore DC router 20.20.20.20, in Mumbai router 4.4.4, 5.5.5, 6.6.6. These are system IP address. So here my system IP is 1.1.1.1. The next configuration in system is going to be clock time zone. Clock time zone. Asia, Kolkata. Then side ID.
Site ID.
Side ID is going to identify the location, right? So let's say for controllers, I am using side 1. Here you can see my side ID 1, side ID 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me use side ID 100 over here. Side ID 100. Next thing, which is very important, vBond IP address, right? See, what I had told you, like in production, your routers will get to know about vBond through PNP portal, in Catalyst SD-WAN, in Viptela SD-WAN through ZTP server. But here we are manually going to tell devices about the vBond IP address, because my routers are not connected with any smart account. So my vBond IP is going to be 100.1.1.3. See the subnet. That's why I told you to look at in the topology and see the subnets. What subnet I am using here for controllers, 100.1.1.0/24. .1 will be the IP on vManage, .2 on vSmart, .3 on vBond. So I'm telling to my vManage that, hey bro, your vBond is 100.3, so that my vBond can reach to this. That's it. This is system-wise configuration. Let me copy it.
You also need to add this organization name, right?
Yeah, organization name. Very good. Organization name, NH India Lab. My organization name is NH India Lab in serial file for Biptela edge devices. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You need to configure these 6 things inside system, right? And very first command is going to be system on vManage. System command will take you in system mode, and in the system mode you need to perform these configurations. Let me copy the commands and let me access my vManage. By default credential is admin to log in, admin and admin. Then go to configure terminal mode and see, this is configuration terminal mode. Now I'm going to enter in system mode, and here I will paste my all commands. You can see all the commands are accepted. It means configuration is fine, but host name is not changed. Host name is still default. My host name is this one, vManage, like this. Why?
You have not.
To
It
when
will commit.
to give the commit.
Yes, we need to commit the configuration, right, to apply. So as soon as I will commit, now you can see host name is changed, and you can verify the system by configuration. So run system. Either you can check the entire running configuration of vManage, or so run system. It will show me system by configuration. In system by, here you can see my host name. You can see the system IP address. You can see the site ID. You can see the organization name. You can see clock time zone and vBond IP address. This is initial configuration required on all the devices. Similarly, on vSmart, my host name is going to be vSmart, right? System IP is going to be 2.2.2. Rest all the configurations will be same. Let me copy it and let me paste it on vSmart. Admin config t and paste the commands. Some commands are not accepted. What happened here? Actually, system command is not accepted, right? Capital S is not allowed. System. And now paste these all commands. Done and commit. After that, for vBond, my host name is going to be vBond. System IP is going to be 3.3.3. And vBond IP address 100.1.3. And here you need to use one keyword, local. Means you are the vBond. Only on vBond you will use this local keyword. Done. And same system based configuration is required on all the routers as well. Alter. See, vManage, vSmart and vBond. We are done with the system based configuration on all the controllers. If you want, you can also perform system based configuration on all the routers simultaneously, and after that we can move further. Now my CA server is also ready. You can see now I can access my CA server in any browser. Please put yourself on mute, guys. Okay, so IP address of my CA server is 192.168.1.101. Let me open any browser 192.168.1.101 and search SRV, right, to access CA server. And here we have one option to download the root certificate. You can see, just click on download root certificate, select base 64 and click on download CA certificate. Downloading has been started. Just keep, and you can see my root certificate is downloaded. I'm going to rename it because I need to install this root certificate on all the devices. Root, right, on vManage, vBond, vSmart and on all the routers. This is root certificate, so that all the devices is going to trust this CA server, right, and all are trusting on same CA server. Okay, because same root certificate will be installed on all the devices, and if there is mismatch in time, then it will like cause issue. It will not allow you to run the certificate or not allow you to onboard the devices. Now next configuration over here is system based configuration. Next configuration is VPN 0 configuration. Can anyone tell me about VPN 0?
It represents the transport side.
Transport VPN. This is the most important in SD-WAN.
So
Yes.
VPN means so we can consider it's VRF, right? In the
It is
terminology.
similar like VRF.
Okay.
Yeah. So transport VPN represent WAN side. Which side? WAN side. Like we have VRF to create a separate routing table on router. Similarly in SD-WAN we are using VPN, right? We have discussed this in theory also, to separate all the sites, LAN side, management side and WAN side. For WAN side and management side we have reserved VPN, VPN 0 and VPN 512. VPN 512 for management, VPN 0 for transport. So it is going to represent the WAN side, means your internet connection or MPLS WAN or any WAN connectivity, right? And all the controllers are going to communicate with each other through transport VPN only. Like if I will talk about vSmart and vManage, vSmart, vBond and vManage, all are going to communicate through transport VPN. All the controllers and routers are going to communicate through transport VPN only. You can see now how routers and controllers are connected through transport VPN, right? So this is transport side. Epic. Let me use my pen. This is what? WAN, transport side. So on all the routers and controllers, you need to create a VPN, VPN 0. Even by default, VPN 0 is created. On vManage, you can check. So run VPN 0. See, VPN 0 is already there on in the default configuration, and there is one interface as well in VPN 0. It's 0. Is it right? True? Correct?
Yes,
No.
I guess it should be
Ethernet 1.
Ethernet
Ethernet
1,
1.
right?
Ethernet 1.
So wrong interface is there in VPN 0. What we will do, we will remove this interface. Go to config T, then go to VPN 0 and say no interface eth 0. And then you can commit. And after that, again you can check so run VPN 0, and now you can see in VPN 0 you don't have any interface. So we will add which interface? eth1 in VPN 0. And remember, through VPN 0, through transport VPN, all the controllers communicate, and all the topology, SD-WAN topology like DTLS or TLS, control connection, build, right, established, T-log foundation happens through transport VPN, OMP advertisement, policies, everything will happen through transport VPN. Then your service side users can talk. When tunnel is fine, OMP is working fine, then only routers can exchange routes. And when router can exchange route, then only user can send traffic. So without VPN 0, a router cannot reach to controllers like vBond, vSmart, can not reach to any routers. It cannot build any control connection, right? Cannot join any SD-WAN fabric. So all the transports, MPLS, broadband, internet, 5G, 4G, LTE, right, direct internet circuit, all will be placed in which VPN? In VPN 0. Remember this, right? And configuration is going to be what? Configuration is, see, first you need to enter in VPN 0, then add the interface ETH1. I will say no cert to up the port. By default interface is down. Then IP address 100.1.1.1/24 is going to be my IP address on Ethernet 1 interface. After that, tunnel interface. Why we will enable tunnel feature? So that it can establish DTLS, TLS control connection with other controllers and routers. So we need to enable tunnel feature. For that, command is tunnel interface. And on the tunnel interface, you will allow some services, allow service all. Allow service all is not going to activate or enable all the services. It will enable most of the services. Note like, but it doesn't include NTP, it doesn't include netconf, it doesn't include SSH, right? So NTP is not required, but netconf is required, correct? Netconf is required. Netconf should be enabled on vManage, because vManage is going to send configuration through netconf protocol only. So I have to allow netconf separately, because netconf is not included in allow service all. So allow service netconf small n, then allow service SSH. Okay, this is my VPN 0 configuration for controllers. And one more thing, see, just I have configured the IP address on vManage, okay, and IP address is from this submit 100.1.0/24. This is my submit for controllers. Can my vManage talk to routers, remote side router, branch routers? No, we have to perform routing as well for that, correct? So as my controllers are connected to transport, what either I can configure these all routes in VPN 0 on vManage, or I can configure one default or towards my DC switch. That's send all the traffic towards DC switch. So in VPN 0, I am going to add one default dot as well for reachability. In VPN 0, I am going to say IP route 0.0.0/0, and next hop IP address. Here we have this subnet. What I will do, I will create one SVI on this DC switch, right? SVI, and on the SVI, let's say my IP address is 100.1.1.100. That will be gateway for all the controllers. Got it? This is just for underlay. Doesn't matter how you have configured the underlay, guys. It's my choice, my way to make reachability in underlay. If you want to configure a routing protocol directly, you can enable the routing protocol as well. If you want to configure a static route, you can configure the static route also. If you want to use it as L2 device, you can use it directly. You can configure this IP address on this interface of MPLS. You no need to run this network command. So underlay doesn't matter. We are forming overlay topology here, right? Once we'll onboard the devices, we are going to verify our overlay topology. So this is my way to make underlay reachability. You can have different way as well, right? So next hop IP address is going to be 100.1.1.100. That's it. Now let me copy all the commands and let me paste the commands on my vManage. Config T and paste. You can see again all the commands are accepted. Just commit it. Commit. And now if I will verify VPN 0 configuration, so run VPN 0, then here you can see the VPN 0. In VPN 0 we have one interface ETH1, IP address 100.1, tunnel interface services enable. All the services are allowed like DHCP, DNS, ICMP, SSH, netconf, and no NTP. See, if you want to enable NTP, you can run allow service NTP also. No stun server for NAT traversal, we need to enable stun feature as well on the router, and allow service HTTPS. Then no cert interface is no cert, and there is one default route, right, with next hop 100.1.1.100. Good. Now I need to perform same VPN 0 configuration on my vSmart also. On vSmart also you can see ETH1 is in VPN 0 and IP address is going to be 100.2 here. 2 and rest all the configuration will be same default. So copy it and paste it on vSmart. Commit. And now if I will test the connectivity between vSmart and vManage, ping in VPN 0 to 100.1.1.1. You can see vSmart is able to ping vManage. Done, guys. Similarly, I need to configure vBond. On vBond, you can see GE0/0 is in transport VPN. So let me change the interface here. Say GE0/0. IP address is 100.3 and default dot will be same. Copy and paste the configuration on vBond. All good. Now we are done with system wise configuration as well as VPN 0 configuration, transport VPN configuration. The next thing is management VPN configuration, VPN 512 configuration. VPN 512 configuration, and I am not going to configure VPN 512 on all the controllers, because what I will do, I will add vSmart and vBond on my vManage, right? And my vManage is connected with one management interface on ETH0/0. Here you can see the management. This is management of my vManage. So I'm going to put ETH0 in VPN 512. On vSmart you can verify one more thing. You can check so run VPN 0. In VPN 0 here you can see we have ETH0 also, right? If you want you can remove it from VPN 0. In VPN 0 we have single interface because we have single transport here. So no interface ETH0. Like we have removed Ethernet 0 from VPN 0 on vManage, similarly I have removed it from vSmart as well. Let's configure VPN 512 management VPN.
Praphul, Amit here.
Yeah.
So by default, all the ports are configured on ETH0 for VPN 0.
Not all the interfaces. The interface which are connected to transport, the WAN, will be configured in VPN 0.
Yeah. So my question is like by default ETH0 is by default it states as VPN 0.
Yes. By default ETH0 is member of VPN 0.
Okay.
So VPN 512 is reserved for management traffic. For management traffic like SSH, HTTPS, HTTP, SNMP, right? Netconf, monitoring, right? And access, other things, all management related task. User traffic and transport traffic is separated, right, from the VPN 512. This is the reason why we have created multiple VPN, because we don't want to mix all the traffic in a single routing table, right? With the help of VPN we have separated management traffic, transport traffic and user traffic. For user traffic we will create what? Service VPN. VPN 1, 2, 3. All the VPN except VPN 0 and VPN 512 are called service VPN. Those all are reserved for service VPN. So I'm going to just perform a management VPN configuration on my vManage. Configuration is going to be simple. Again VPN 512 and then add interface ETH0, say no shutdown, and IP, let's say DHCP client. It will get IP address from the DHCP server and commit. Copy and let me paste it on my vManage. Where is my vManage? Here, right? For now, so interface description, you can see we have configured one IP address on ETH1 interface, and this is my system IP address. System IP is also member of which VPN? VPN, Geo Transport VPN. I have told you that all the tunnels, T-locks will be using system IP address, and ETH0, which is connected to management PC, is down, not configured. Let me take you to configure terminal mode and let me paste the command VPN 512 at the interface ETH0, say no shutdown, and say IP address. Either you can configure IP address manually or you can configure DHCP client and commit it. After commit, show interface description. Here you can see I got this IP address. Let me copy it and let me access my vManage in the browser.
Bro, one second. If you're configuring DHCP means that IP will be changing, keep changing continuously, right?
Okay, no problem. I want that. It is connected
Uh,
to
uh,
my local laptop.
okay, but in productions we should not configure DHCP IP, right?
You can configure a static IP address then.
Yeah, because we will monitoring the IP address. Sorry, we will monitoring the management IP address.
Mhm.
So
Even
we should not do the.
in DHCP, sir, we have feature like we can bind the IP address based on the vManage. Like vManage will always get that IP address only. Okay,
Okay,
it is not like
okay,
if a device is getting IP from the DHCP that it will be always changing. No. See,
okay.
I got the access to my vManage. Now we need to log in. Default credential is admin 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 admin, and now here you can see the dashboard of your vManage, right? One invalid is showing it. It is talking about the certificate, right? Like on the vManage certificate serial number is not installed. That's why it's showing invalid 1. And you don't have any vSmart, 0 vSmart, 0 vBond and 0 vManage router. Done. Just we have performed system wise configuration, VPN 0 configuration, VPN 512 configuration. Now we need to perform some configuration, some basic configuration like organization name and vBond IP address configuration through GUI as well. For that, see, for now on vManage dashboard, guys, here is my menu bar, and in the menu bar we have multiple lots of options like dashboard. In the dashboard you can see the main dashboard, you can see the VPN dashboard, you can see the security dashboard, right, to monitor the security traffic, VPN traffic, and to monitor the entire network main dashboard. Then we have monitoring tab. In the monitoring we have geography, network, alarms, events, audit, ACL logs. We can use these all options for monitoring. In the configuration tab we have device, certificate, network design, template, policy, security. So during configuration you will be exploring this configuration tab, right, for most of the configuration. And I'm not going to talk much about these options now. Just look at into it that these are the options. Then we have tools. In tools we have SSH and some other options like you can access all the routers through SSH, all the other controllers through SSH, right? On single page you can have SSH access to all the devices for CLI configuration or for CLI verification. Then we have maintenance option, right? In the maintenance option you can see software repository, software update, device reboot, security, right? We can configure the software update. You can configure your, like, define your smart account credential route. Your vManage will sync with cloud server, Cisco cloud server, and it will update automatically, update their configuration automatically. So maintenance. And then here we have administrator option. Under administration there is a setting option. Just I need to go to setting now, right? And here is one more option, virtual analytics and launch analytics. So just go to administrator and then settings. So to perform some basic configuration of vManage through GUI, like you can see organization name, what it's saying, not configured. We have configured organization name through CLI, we need to configure it through GUI as well. Okay, so to set the organization name, just click on this edit button and define your organization name, NH India Lab, copy and paste over here, save. Now you can see it is asking for vBond IP address, which is not configured. Let me click on edit and configure the vBond IP 100.1.1.3 and save it. Done. We are done with basic GUI configuration as well of vManage. Now,
Okay, Praful, I have a question.
go ahead.
Whenever first time we have configured it through CLI, right? Then why we have to reconfigure it in GUI, the vBond IP?
You have to ask this to Cisco, sir. This is the method, right? We have to perform organization name and vBond configuration through CLI as well as through GUI.
Okay, we need to perform both.
Yes. We need to perform these two configuration through both CLI as well as GUI.
Okay, okay.
Now we need to install root certificate, which we have downloaded. To install root certificate, here is see controller certificate authorization. Just click on the edit button here, edit, and you can see we have multiple options for authentication, like for the certificates, for root certificate, like you can use Cisco automated method, symmetric or advanced, manual, and enterprise root CA server. You can also sync with your smart account. I am not going to use manual. I have my own enterprise CA server. So just I will change the method of installing certificate. I have selected the enterprise root certificate, and now I will select the file. Select a file, go to download and all file, and here is your root certificate. Just open it. You can see you can copy it, right? This is your root certificate. This is required on all the devices. Just say Control A, Control C, copy, and we need to install it on the routers as well, like for an example on this VH. So on this VH, I can access the Linux shell, and in the Linux shell we can create a folder, and inside that folder we can paste these content. Right? That will be root certificate. After that we can install that certificate. I will show you that after installing root certificate on the vManage. Now just save it. And if you want to generate CSR from here, you can generate signing request. This is root certificate. Now all devices need what? Identity certificate. For the identity certificate, my devices are going to send CSR certificate signing request to the root CA server, and then root CA server will issue the certificate. That is going to be the final certificate. So import and save. I have not generated CSR from here. Now certificate is installed. Let me take you to the vManage dashboard again. vManage dashboard. You can see vManage 1 and we don't have any controllers. Now I am going to add vSmart and vBond over here. Right? See, either you can install certificate on vSmart and vBond through CLI, or if you are going to add it on the vManage, both the controllers will take root certificate from the vManage itself. So just go to configuration tab, then go to devices. In devices, we have two types of devices, managed devices and controllers. Go to controllers, and you can see in controllers, you have only one device, which is vManage, and even certificate is not installed. It is talking about identity certificate. Identity certificate is not installed. Now I am going to click on add controller. Add controller, select the controller, let's say vBond. Tell me the vBond IP address. vBond IP address of which side? Transport side. I have told you all the controllers are going to communicate with each other through transport
VPN
side.
0.
Yes, VPN 0. So transport side IP address of my vBond is 100.1.1.3. Username is admin and password is admin. So it is going to generate CSR also. I don't want that. Unmark it and click on add. Now you can see vBond is added on my vManage. Let me add one more controller, vSmart. Click on vSmart, and IP address of vSmart is 100.1.2. Username is again admin and password is admin. I don't want to generate CSR for now. Click on add. Now you can see we have added both the controllers. Now we have three controllers here on my vManage dashboard. One is vManage, one is vSmart, one is vBond. If you will check main dashboard, it is still showing what? 0 vSmart, 0 vBond, and invalid become 3. Now invalid is 3. What it mean? It means certificate is not installed
Certificate
on,
issue.
yes, 3 controllers, on all the controllers. What I will do now, I will generate CSR for all the controllers and issue the certificate. I will download the identity certificate and I will install it on my vManage. From where I can install, see in the configuration tab, your all configuration will be done with the help of this configuration tab only. In the configuration tab, we have first option is devices. In the devices, you have seen two types of devices, vManage devices and controllers, and the other option is certificates. In the certificate, again we have two types of devices, vManage list and controllers. In the controllers, you can see controllers are there but serial number is not installed. So let me do one thing, and here is option to install the certificate. If you have downloaded the identity certificate, if you got the signed certificate from the CS server, from here you can install. But right now I don't have identity certificate. What I will do, I will generate CSR for vManage first. Click on this 3 dot and generate CSR, and here is your CSR. You can just Control A, Control C. I have copied my CSR. Go to your CS server and see there was multiple option. One option was download CS certificate, through which I have downloaded the root certificate, and here is one option, request a certificate. So just click on request a certificate, then click on advanced certificate request, and here paste your CSR. If you will paste the CSR and submit it, it is going to send a request to your CA server, where you can find the request in the server manager. Now close it. In the server manager, if you will expand roles, Active Directory, then here you can see your CA server, NH India lab, and here is one option, pending request. In pending request, right now I don't have any pending request. As soon as I will submit, you can see a request is sent with request ID 2. Now if you will refresh this, then you can see one request is there, right, from the vManage. So just right click on it. In all tasks you can issue the certificate. By clicking on issue, you can issue the certificate. I will issue all the certificate together. First, let me generate CSR for other controllers as well. Where is my vManage? Here. Close. And here is vSmart. Let me generate CSR for vSmart. Control A, Control C. Paste the CSR and submit. Go back and generate CSR for vBond. Copy it and paste the CSR over here and submit it. Now I should have 3 requests on my CS server. Yes, you can see. Now let's issue all the certificate one by one. Issue.
One quick question, Praphul.
Yeah.
Where did you get this page, that certificate signing CSR page, right? Yeah, from the CS server. Can you go back to the main page?
Here is the main page.
Okay, so here request a certificate, right? You're choosing a request a certificate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I will choose second option, view the status of pending certificate request, and here we can see all the pending certificates. These are identity certificate, one for vManage, one for vBond, one for vSmart. Let's download all one by one. Base 64 and download the certificate. Keep, go back, refresh it, click on it, base 64 download, keep, again go back, refresh it, and here is my identity certificate of vSmart. Keep it. Done. Now we can install all the certificates on my vManage dashboard. Select all the files one by one, download all, and install. Rescheduled. It can take just few seconds. Wait for some time. Here we are getting log as well, alarms, new CSR generated. Whatever operation we are performing on the device, it is also generating alarms. And you can see the alarms label like critical, medium, low. Okay, day by day you will understand these all things. You can see success, right? So we have installed the certificate for one controller. Let me see for which controller. See, for vBond we have installed the certificate. Now on the main dashboard, invalid should be 2. You can see invalid is 2, and here we are not able to see vBond. Soon vBond will become 1 from the 0. Till then, let me install other certificate as well. Go to controller, install certificate, and select file, all file, this one, install. And in the another tab also I can access my vManage 192.160.1.88 and go to certificate, controller, install certificate, select the file, all file, and install this one as well. Install. Success. Now go to again the certificates, controller. You can see certificate is installed for vBond, sorry, vSmart and vManage and vBond. All the controllers has identity certificate. Now soon the side ID will appear here, right? You can see the device IP address. Soon this information will get update automatically. Now on main dashboard, here you can see invalid becomes 0, no issue, and you have one vBond, one vSmart, and one vManage. Clear? This is how we are going to install the certificate and going to onboard the controllers on vManage. All good, guys?
Yeah, sure.
Now let's configure this router. First VS1, which is in India DC. Let me access it. Admin.
One question to Praful.
Yeah. Yes.
So the only system that is going to contact plug and play Cisco portal is vManage, right?
Sorry.
I mean, so the only component that is going to reach plug and play portal for Cisco plug and play portal is vManage. Is that my understanding correct?
Why vManage will reach to PNP portal?
So for the initial configuration, right? Like it has to
Initial configuration are on PNP portal. What you
No,
are saying, brother?
so yeah, he said like zero touch provisioning. It's for PNP, right?
So why vManage will reach there for ZTP or for PNP?
Like I remember we discussed yesterday on this topic, like the controllers will be reaching out to plug and play for initial.
I think I had told you when router will boot up, it will reach to PNP portal to get to know about the vBond IP address.
Okay.
So
Got
host
it.
name VS1, system IP this one, side ID 1, organization name this one, clock time zone is Asia Kolkata, clock time zone Asia Kolkata, and vBond IP address is 100.1.3. Anything else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All good. Commit. Let's configure VPN 0. VPN 0. Interface GE0/0. No shutdown. And IP address. IP address. Here you can see the subnet between my VS, like in VS1 and the MPLS router is 16.1.1.0/24. So I will configure .1 on the router side and .2 MPLS side /24. Then tunnel interface, allow service all, allow service netconf, and allow service SSH. Then commit. Now we need to make underlay reachability. Can VAs reach to the controller vManage? vBond, I said na vBond IP address is 100.1.3. Can my router reach to vBond? Ping VPN 0. Even if you will not define the VPN, it is going to ping in VPN 0 by default. Ping 100.1.1.3. Ping is not working, route is not there. We need to configure now underlay. For underlay, first I am going to configure this switch. On the switch, see what I will do. Config T, I am going to select all these interfaces. Interface 0/1, 0/2, 0/3 and 1/1. Interface range G 0/0 to 3 and G 1/1. These interfaces. Switch port, mode, access, switch port, access, VLAN. Let's suppose 100. I have created one VLAN and interface VLAN 100. No shutdown. I have created one SVI and IP address 100.1.1.100 255.255.255.0. So now my switch is gateway. Now from vManage, if you will ping 100.100, ping should work. Ping is not working. No spanning tree for VLAN. No spanning tree for VLAN. Spanning tree. Okay, I need to run this command in config mode. Spanning tree for VLAN 100 and say no to this. I'm disabling a spanning tree. It is not required even for VLAN 1. We have only 2 VLAN. Save it. And now from the vManage, you can see ping is working, right? Gateway is reachable from all the controllers. Now from this switch to VS1, I need to make reachability. So what I will do, I will configure one default route on DC switch towards MPLS router for the underlay. Like, it's up to you guys how you want to configure the underlay. If you want to configure any routing protocol, just enable the OSPF, BGP, EIGRP, ISS. Doesn't matter how you are going to make reachability. There should be reachability, that's it. So let me configure interface G2/0 as L3 port, no switch port, and IP address 101.1.1 255.255.255.0. And I will add one default route, IP route 0.0.0 0.0.0, exit interface G2/0 and next hop IP address 101.1.2. Save it. Now let me configure the MPLS router and let me close the console of this switch. I'm not going to configure anything else. On the MPLS router, let me configure the IP addresses. Again, I can use Notepad. For IP configuration, enable config T interface F3/0, no shutdown, and IP address 101.1.1.2 255.255.255.0, exit. Then another interface F4/0, no shut, and IP address 106.1.2 255.255.255.0, exit. I can copy this interface configuration, paste it over here and make it F0/0, and IP over here is going to be 102. Then interface F1/0 and IP is going to be 103 here. Then interface F2/0 and IP is going to be 104 over here. And one more interface which is F5/0 and IP will be 105.2. So .2 is running on MPLS side and .1 will be configured on the router. And for the controllers routes, for this 100 subnet, I am going to add one static route, IP route 100.1.1.0, subnet mask 255.255.255.0, exit interface F3/0 and next hop IP address 101.1.1. That's it.
There's a minor correction here, in Praphul, on F5/0, it should be 105, right?
105, yes, 105. Rest all the configurations are correct? Hope so. Let me copy
absolutely, yeah.
and let's paste it over here. All the commands are accepted. Even I can change the host name mpls, write it, and now go to VH1 and ping. The router ping is not working. What I can do, I can add one default route or route 400 subnet in VPN 0. VPN 0 IP route, I can say IP route 100.1.1.0/24 and next hop IP 106.1.1.2 and commit. After this, if I will ping 100.3, then ping should work. You can see ping is working. I can ping my vManage.1 reachable, my vSmart reachable, and my vBond all are reachable. Even my CS server, on the CS server also I need to configure one IP address for reachability. It is not required now. After installing the root certificate, when router need identity certificate, then we need to configure, like make reachability between CS server and router as well. For now, my initial configuration is done on this VH. Now we need to install root certificate over here. To install the root certificate, see, you have multiple options. You can upload the root certificate on TFTP server, and you can make reachability from your router to TFTP server, and then you can copy TFTP command is not there.
Is it on the conf mode?
No. Do one thing. Go to vcell in the Linux cell, and here I can create a folder. Inside that folder I can paste my certificate. Anyone knows how to do it in Linux? There are multiple editors like vi editor, vim editor. Let me use vim and maximize it. Vim, and file name is, let's say, root.cert, and inside this I can press I for insert, copy the certificate. Where is your certificate? My certificate, I can get my root certificate from the vManage. Why vSmart is unreachable? No, it's fine now. Go to setting and controller certificate authorization, view, and here is my root certificate, Control A, Control C, and I will paste it here. And now press escape, and after that colon WQ exclamation mark. You can run ls command. You can see here is a folder with name root.cert, and if you will check content inside this folder root.cir, you can see you have same certificates. Done. Now we need to install this on router on VH. To install it, go back, exit, and run command request root cert chain install, and define the path. It is in my home admin, and file name is root.cert. What it's saying, successfully install the root certificate chain. Root certificate chain is installed. Now we need to onboard this router on vManage. But before that, vManage should have vManage list, right? So let me upload vManage list now on my vManage. Again, go to the configuration tab, then devices, and in vManage devices, you can see we don't have any data, no data available, right? You can sync your vManage from your smart account, sync a smart account. It will ask you for credential, username and password, and you can click on sync. From there, it can sync all the vManage routers. You can use bootstrap configuration file, or you can upload vManage list. So I am going to upload vManage list. vManage list is in my local laptop. So click on upload vManage list, select the file. My vManage list is in my Cisco folder. I will share same vManage list with you guys. It is in SD-WAN image, and here is my serial file. Let's upload it, right? From here we can validate it as well. For now, if you are going to ask to your vBond is going to authenticate the router. If you will check vBond, do you know any router? Then see what it will say. So orchestration valid VHs. What it's saying? No entry found. Do you know any vSmart valid vSmart? Yes, I know one vSmart with this serial number and organization vManage India, but your vBond don't know about your router. So right now vBond is not able to authenticate any router. It cannot authenticate, right? Because vBond don't have the information of any serial number. That's why from here what we can do, we can validate the uploaded vManage list and we can send it to controller, and it will send to vBond. So serial file is selected, validate the uploaded vManage list and then click on upload. Yes, confirm it. In this vManage list, see first how many routers are there. I have 14 routers. How many routers I have? 14. How many routers are required? 5 routers are required. Okay, that is sufficient. Now, if you will go to devices and in the vManage list, you can see all the devices with serial number and charges number. You can use one serial number and one charge number for VH1, one for VH2, one for VH3. There are some CSR routers, CSR 1000 and some Viptela cloud router. These are Viptela cloud, VH cloud. So I will use the Viptela serial number and charge number for VH and CSR 1000 serial number and charge number for CH. Got it? Now if you are going to ask same question to your vBond, that do you know any VHs, then you can see the serial number and charge number of all the vManage routers, right? So now your vBond can authenticate these routers if these routers are going to use serial number from the serial file. So let me do one thing. Here I am going to use, let's say, this VH serial number and charge number for.
One question, Praful, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
So in the CLI, when we check in the vBond, it shows 2 vSmarts, right? So is it referring some other vSmart?
There is only one vSmart, that is simulation issue.
Okay.
Okay. So now I am going to use this serial number and this token number for VS1. See, on VS1 we need to run one command so that this router can use this serial number and charge number. Request VS cloud, activate charges number. Just copy the charge number from here, copy, and then token number. Copy the token number, copy. After hitting enter over here, my router is going to reach to vBond. Right now you can see the symbol over here, state, right? Once the device is authenticated by vBond, here you will get the certificate symbol, right? It means the authentication is pass. Let me hit enter over here and just wait for a few seconds, or you can refresh this page from here. Are we done with system based configuration or not here? Sorry guys, I have run this command on vBond. Where I should run this command? On VS1.
Yes.
Right now. So request VS cloud, activate charges number. Let me copy it again. And token number, this one, right? Here you will get to know about your router information. After authentication it will update, and so run system based configuration is done. Okay, let me refresh it. So certificate serial. So control local properties. So control connection. This router don't have any control connection. Ping 100.1.1.3, and from the controllers also let me ping the router IP 106.1.1. Yeah, there's no issue with connectivity on my vManage dashboard. vBond is showing down here. What happened with vBond? .100.1. So control connection. I think actually vBond is your CS VS only, right? It is VS only. So I have run by mistaken serial number and chase number over here. Route this vBond start using that serial number and chase number. That's why this router is showing unreachable from the vManage dashboard. Again, we need to onboard the vBond. From here, we need to decommission it. We need to decommission it, invalidate the device, and anyone know how we can reset the software on this particular device? Request software reset. This is the command to reset the configuration. Let me reset the vBond. So it is going to boot up with again phrase, serial number and chase number. This is only VS Cloud. I am using it as vBond. The image is exactly same for vBond and VS Cloud. It will take some time. Till then, what I can do, I can perform the initial configuration on other routers. Like let me configure VS2. For VS2, first we need to perform system-based configuration in system hostname. Hostname is VS2, organization name NH India Labs, clock time zone is Asia Kolkata. Then vBond IP address is 100.1.1.3, system
Site
IP
ID.
20.20.20.20, and side ID is 2 over here in Singapore DC 246. Then go to VPN 0. In VPN 0 at interface GE0/0, no shutdown, IP address 102.1.1/24, and also we need to add one route, IP route 100.1.1.0/24 and 102.1.2. Then enable tunneling feature, tunnel interface. On the tunnel interface, allow services, allow service all, allow service SSH. That's it.
Praphul, you missed the spell on host name.
Host name
Host
VS2.
name. You
Name.
and name.
Okay, name. name. Rest all configuration are same, correct? Rest of the commands, check once. Config T and paste it. All the commands are accepted. Now let me configure this router. VS3, host name is VS3, and vBond IP is going to be same. System IP is 4.4.4. Side ID is 3, and IP, next of IP address for 100 subnet is 103.2, and IP address over here is 103.1. Copy and paste the commands on VS3. Admin, 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 config T and paste, commit. Right, we can test the connectivity. Ping 100.1.1. You can see vManage is reachable. From VS2 also I can test the connectivity. Ping 100.1.2. It's reachable. Good. Now let me configure VS4. For VS4, system IP is 5.5.5.5. Side ID is 4, and gateway IP address for 100 subnet is 104, and IP over here is 104. Copy and paste it over here. Admin, admin, config T, done. Last router VS5.
Praphul, the site ID must be unique for each router.
Site ID represents the location. So if you have multiple router at same location at same site, then site ID is going to be same, right? It is not like it should be unique. If site ID is different, then router can understand I need to form IPsec, right? If site ID of on two router is same, router will not form IPsec session. 6.6.6, site ID here is 5, or we can do one more thing here. We can keep both the routers in same site. Then you can configure same site ID, then you will not have IPsec session between VS4 and VS5. Okay, now next of here is 105 and IP is 105. Copy and paste on VS5 router. Let me ping the vManage. Ping 100.1.1. vManage reachable. From VS2 also I can test the connectivity. Ping 100.1.1. Now underlay is done, and even my vBond should be ready now. Let me see. Yes, vBond is ready. Login, admin, and admin, confirm password, system, or from here I can copy the system by configuration. It is going to be vBond, and organization name same, vBond IP address local, and system was 3.3.3, system IP. Now in the controller you can see we don't have vBond.
3.3.
So 3.3.3, and side ID was 100. Copy, paste on vBond. Then VPN 0. For VPN 0, we have default route. In default route, gateway is 100.1.100, and route is 0.0.0/0. Interface is correct. IP address is going to be 100.1.1.3. Copy the commands and paste it on your vBond. Now ping vManage and vSmart 100.1.1. See, ping is working. Now go to vManage again and add controller, vBond controller. IP address is 100.1.1.3. Username admin, and password is admin. From here you can generate the CSR. Add controller, fail to add the controller. See, this is because of serial number. It is still using different serial number, guys. We have to erase or replace the device with this already exists. Certificate controller, so certificate serial, certificate is not installed yet. I have to do one thing. I have to wipe the device, or I can simply add another vBond, and until this vBond is booting on the switch, make sure configuration is saved. Now it will not take much time for booting, but we have lots of routers. Let me connect it. And let me turn it on, let me turn it off, and I have to configure this port in same VLAN. In which VLAN I had configured the controllers? 100 or 10?
100. 100.
It was
100.
100 now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to add this interface also in VLAN 100. I think G0/0 is already in VLAN 100. vBond. This vBond is not accessible. Let me access it. New vBond. It's still booting. Till then, let me check the switch configuration. And we can do one thing. Till then, we can install root certificate on all the routers. Till then, we can install root certificate on all the router. Root certificate is going to be same. Sometimes it's happen in simulation, like your router will not boot up properly, then you need to erase the configuration, you need to wipe. Even now if I will log in into the router, see it is giving me this message, system initializing, please wait, right? It sometimes it can give you the error that credential is wrong. If you are using admin, the default credential, and if it is giving you the error that credential is wrong, it means your system is not ready. Even after system is ready, then also maybe some services is not activated now. So there is a command, request NMS service, request NMS all, and status. Here we can check all the services, like let's say your vManage is not ready for GUI access. You are trying to access it through GUI, but it is not working. You can check the application status, that application is enabled or not. True, enable should be true. It means my vManage is ready for application. Similarly, on all the devices you can check other operations also, and once your device will be ready, you will get a log message here that system is ready. On system is ready. After that I will paste the commands, all the configurations. Till then wait, and we can do one thing. We can copy my root certificate from the vManage or from the note from, and I can paste it in my notepad. Let me keep it over here. This is my root certificate which I need to install on all the routers. So I already have access. Now here you can see system ready. Now your vBond is ready. Login admin and go to configure mode. Configure mode, see the host name. Host name is VS, because image is same, guys. Copy and paste the commands. Now ping vManage 100.1. Ping is not working, it means so interface status on the switch, check 0/0. 0/0 is connected to vBond. So ping should work. Ping 100.1.1. vManage reachable. Ping 100.1.3. Why vBond is not reachable? Is there any issue with configuration here? 100.3 interface GE0/0. Here we have configured wrong interface. We need to set the device once again to replace the port. It is going to be my 0/0. ETH0 is reserved for VPN 512. Remember that. Okay, until vBond is booting, I am going to install root certificate on all the routers. Let's start installation, root certificate installation from VS.
Also, sorry to cut you. One more site ID is 100 for vBond.
Yes,
Okay.
that is 100 for all the controllers.
Okay.
On VS2, go to vCell, and in vCell, vim root dot search. I copy the certificate. Where is my certificate? Copy, paste it over here. Skip ls. Very good. Go to vs3 or vcell vim root dot search. I paste ls vs4 vcell vim root search. I paste the certificate wqs cancel mark ls. Good. And vs5 ls vim root dot search. I skip ls.
Praful, what does that vim command stands for?
vim is a like editor in Linux. vim is a editor in Linux used to create folder.
Okay.
Okay, now we have installed the downloaded the root certificate. Now we need to install the root certificate on all the router. To install, request root cert chain install home admin install home admin and root dot site. We need to paste this command on all the router. Paste. Successfully installed. vs3, not here. Exit first and paste. Successfully root certificate install. Exit. Successfully root to certificate install. Exit. Successfully root certificate install. Now root certificate is installed on all the routers. Now let me check my vBond is ready or not. Admin and admin. No, see, saying authentication fail because of system. Now system is ready. Now we can log in admin and admin. This time password is incorrect. Admin and admin config t and copy the commands of your vBond. Okay, copy and paste. Now I am expecting vBond should be reachable. Sorry, vManage 101. 101 is reachable now. Now let me try to add vBond on my vManage dashboard. So go to devices again, controller, add controller and vBond 100.1.1.3 admin and admin. Key exchange was not finished. Connection close. Clock time zone is fine. 100.3 system. What happened now? So let me verify one more thing here. Okay. Hundred dot one dot one dot three. Try interface allow service all. Netconf is missing. Allow service netconf for directly. Let me add this. VPN 0 interface G0/0 terminal interface allow service netconf commit. Let me add now. Why connection is getting refused? Key exchange was not found. Certificate controller. Okay. Invalidate. Now we have removed certificate from all the controllers. Now let me try to add the vBound 100.1.3. Authentication was getting failed. And no, let me add. Still I'm getting same. One minute, let me see. It is creating issue because of 100.2 admin. Only not able to install vBound 3 admin. Let me do one thing then. We can just delete the vSmart and here configuration is correct. We have to reset a vManage. There's no other option. Controller. I'm trying one more time here. Add controller. vBond 100.1.1.3 admin and admin. No, it is not allowing vBond. Let me do one thing then. Let me erase the configuration of my vManage. I'm going to re-onboard it. For my vManage, vBond IP 103, system 101, site 100, VPN 0, no interface, ETH 0. This is okay. Interface ETH 1, no set, IP address is 101. The interface allows service all net conf. Good.
Praful,
Yeah.
port number, Ethernet 1.
Yeah, Ethernet 1. It's correct, na?
Okay, okay, sir.
One more thing, VPN 512, interface ETH 0, no CERT, and IP DHCP client, and then commit, copy, vManage admin config t, paste the configuration, ping 100.1.2, 100.3, good. One, I can stop it and delete this vBond. Let me keep this vBond over here, and let's access the vManage. So interface description, again it got the same IP address. vManage is not ready for geo access. Just a minute. Request NMS all status, NMS application status running, database server enable, vManage, soon vManage will become accessible. Again, we need to generate CSR and download identity certificate. We need to repeat the process for all the controllers. Let me ping from my local laptop to this IP address. Ping 192.168.1.88. Yeah, there is reachability, no issue.
So if you're creating a new certificate, root certificate,
No,
then
no,
the
not creating
vanish.
root certificate. Root certificate is going to be same. Identity certificate.
Okay.
We already have the root certificate, and
But
even I have installed that root certificate on all the
Yes, yes,
routers. Right, so if I will change the root certificate here, I have to replace root certificate on routers as well.
yeah,
Correct?
that is what I was thinking. Yeah.
No. So root is going to be same. Just it will again request for sign certificate. It will generate CSR.
You can try with a telnet from CMD, right? Whether the port is open or not.
Port is open, sir. It is just taking some time. Good. 1 minute. Now I am going to do one thing here. I am going to delete all the identity certificate which I downloaded. This one, this one, this one, this one, not this one. This is my root. Okay, root certificate will be same. So vManage takes 5 to 10 minutes. First of all, and vBond IP, root certificate, then device, controller, add controller, vBond, 100.1.3, admin. Hmm. See one wrong command, not wrong command, one command on wrong device. Interface 0/0, netconf is allowed, interface.
Can you check the encapsulation command in the manager?
Encapsulation command?
Yeah, for
Which
manager
encapsulation command?
under tunnel.
Encapsulation?
It's
IPsec.
for manager.
Here we don't have encapsulation on the manager. Same, right?
So, is encapsulation required for vBond and
No, that is not required here. DTLS protocol, it is going to establish
so
control connection.
just try removing that and check from
What removing?
encapsulation command.
Where we have configured, okay, on the vBond,
Yeah,
VPN 0 interface G0/0. Here we have added the encapsulation command.
yeah, it's there.
Encapsulate to view VPN 0 G0/0 interface encapsulation configure at least VPN 2. So
But we did not configure this, right? As part of, um,
oh, I
did
think
we?
I had used the VS configuration. So by mistaken we have added. So run VPN 0 encapsulation is there VPN 0 interface G0/0 to interface encapsulation IPsec interface G0/0 about to view VPN 0 interface G0/0 tunnel encapsulation 0 configure at least one must be configure. No. Mhm. It is not accepting this command, client interface command, vbound. This is simulation issue. It's creating issue because of simulation. I think router has not boot up properly. Check guys, configuration is correct for vbound. Any mistake? Any mistake there? हाँ 10 मिनट लेट है क्लास 10 मिनट No, just a minute. Let me see the documentation once. आ रहा हूँ, एक प्रॉब्लम हो गया। नहीं आ रहा हूँ, 10-15 मिनट। DTLS handshake is not happening here.
So that must be the reason, like it's trying to negotiate tunnel.
Here is the issue. Here is the issue. Version mismatch. Give me 2 minutes now. It was because of version mismatch. No problem. Now we can onboard the devices quickly. Even I am also getting late. Just wait for 10 more minutes. Now it will not take time. Right? Have you guys seen how I was verifying the things? How I was trying to troubleshoot?
Yes, yes.
admin माफी को भी बोल देना थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम क्लास में हो गया था इसीलिए लेट हो गया है 5-7 मिनट फिर से 20 आ गया व्हाट इज हैपनिंग just a minute guys don't worry we'll do it now quickly we want
Sorry, the interface should be ETH1, right?
great good job what was the IP of CS server 101
98 might be.
CS server IP was I think 101 Okay.
So it's up now. It came up now.
Request VS Cloud activate chase number, token number. For VS2, जो प्रो क्लास ले रहा हूँ आ रहा हूँ. For VS2, see CSR, right? This device is onboarded. Now I'm onboarding this one, third one. You need to do this very carefully. VS3, admin, admin, VS4. For VS4C, I'm getting the serial number here on the top, and I'm going to use this serial number for third device. For which VS? VS4. And one more routers are there, VS5. Let me copy this serial number. See, routers are generating CSR, getting identity certificate through vManage, and all the devices are getting onboarded. Now, this is my last router. VS. Host name is incorrect here on this router as well. System host name VH4 commit, and here host name system host name VS5 commit, and then paste your configuration. All good. Now see, one device, two, three, four. Four devices are onboarded. Soon this device will also come up here. Now on the main dashboard, you can see 5 routers are up, one vBond up, one vSmart down, up, and one vManage up. This is my vManage dashboard, and you can see all the devices. Soon this device will also come up, 6.6.6. No worry, right? If you will check up devices, here you can see. Now from my vManage dashboard, I can manage these routers. Like if you want to take the real-time access, just click on real-time. Here you can see, right? Here you can run any command like control connection. If I will check control connection on the router, control connection without any filtering, then you can see one control connection with vSmart, one control connection with vBond, permanent control connection. If I will check IPsec session for data plane, IPsec inbound connection, you can see you have IPsec session between all the vManage routers. Similarly, you can check BFD session. BFD session, you can see all the BFD session between the routers. You can see OMP peering, OMP peering. All the devices will have OMP with which device? OMP T-lock. You can see OMP
Controllers.
advertised T-lock, OMP received T-lock, right? I am on 10.10.on VS1. So we can verify everything. Either you can verify through CLI as well from any router. So OMP peer. You can see with vSmart we have OMP peering. So OMP T-locks. So whatever we have discussed in T-lock, you can verify. You can verify all the SD-WAN topology. In last class, I had told you about the SD-WAN topology, how control connection will be formed between which devices, and for the data plane, IPsec session between all the routers. So verify your topology, and then we'll move further from here in next class. Okay?
Okay, so you will be giving the access to create
Yes.
the topology, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Please share that file with the serial numbers in the.
Yes. Everything will be shared in your WhatsApp group very soon.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so sorry guys, it was because of my mistake, right? I had selected the wrong device.
No, it's a learning.
I'm not drinking from that.
Thank you. Okay, in next class we'll verify all the topology in class, and then we'll move further. Don't worry.
Okay.
Till then you can also try. You all will get lab access very soon. You can onboard devices and verify the SD-WAN topology, so that we can verify in next class.